How would you describe the current generation of students entering college?
I think what my experience with students in the last 5 or 6 years has been that students are really struggling with issues of identity. Who am I? Where am I going? How do I get there? How do I know? And I think there is culturally ways in which students are seeing the upheaval of society that it feels like there's so much up in the air. Like, if I decide to do this thing now, might that be different in 2 or 3 years? I think there's this level of undecidedness or lack of decision that it's just scary to make a big commitment. And they're coming out of what I believe is our generation as parents are likely the last generation that as a whole will be in careers for maybe an entire lifetime. The ability to have a job and work there your whole career and get a pension and retire at 65 and have a nice retirement is pretty much gone. And that's a really difficult place for parents to be. Like, how do I be present to you in this? Because the way I know the world and the way you know the world are very different. And so I hear parents during orientation sessions talking to their sons or daughters about how their sons or daughters should do something. And I confront parents carefully and compassionately around that idea, because nowhere else in our life would we go seek 20 or 25-year-old information about how to do something. And if I were to tell my daughter how she should do college based on my experience, that's 3-decade-old information. That's kind of crazy. And I think it's helpful as parents to recognize there's a way that I experience this and there's a way that you experience this. Let's talk about that together out of both of our lack of knowing, so that we can be emotionally connected to each other in this, rather than me shooting you into an experience I think you should have or ought to have.